Hello there, this is Doreen Velin. We're going to talk about a touchy subject today, dealing with our past traumas and our past deep hurts. We're going to try to work at it together, so stay with me. I'm going to share with you today a traumatic experience I've had in my childhood. And I'd like you not to focus on it, but I'd like you to kind of, see what you've had trauma, even if it's a little bit relatable. Try to look at it, especially if it's not healed. If you had it healed, that's wonderful. But I worked through my life for a long time before it was healed. So, have you had any traumatic experiences, especially as a child? As a child, we don't understand, and our truths are so different. We have varied truths that really aren't adult truths, and we take things very literally as a child. So, they impact us greatly, and the result of that is that we try to cover it up. We mask it somehow. So this is what I did to this traumatic experience. So I'm going to share with you first my traumatic experience, and that is when I was about 11 or 12. My uncle came to visit us, and we visited fairly often, him and our family. He was a single man. And we went to his house one day, and he took me in the bedroom and says, "Doreen, I have something to show you. I have a secret. I have something special I want to show you in the closet. Go look." So I went into the closet, and he said, "Look around, look for it." And I said, "I can't see anything." And he says, "Well, turn around." When I turned around, he pressed himself against me, against the wall. And he grabbed my butt and he pushed it over and over and over against him. I froze. I just froze. I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand. I was young. And it paralyzed me. I felt totally, totally paralyzed. Somebody came into the room and he broke away very quickly. So nothing else happened but that. But to me as a child, it was huge. Very big. Very big. So I went a few days. I didn't have the courage to say anything to anybody. Finally, I think one day, I don't know if it was about a week later, I said to my mom, "Mom, this is what Carl did to me." And she said to me, "Well, don't tell him. It'll hurt his feelings." That started a cycle. That started my mask. I started developing a mask from that day on. And slowly over the years, my teenage years, my mask became the clown, the joker. You know, the joker that's laughing on the inside and crying on the inside, or crying on the inside and laughing on the outside. That was me. So I'm going to draw you that mask and tell you what went through me. When we wear a mask, it's something to cover up a pain in us. As a child, I didn't know any better. So that pain, I didn't want to tackle it. I couldn't tackle it because I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So I had to hide it. So I hid it really, really well. So as I became a teenager, I found that I was kind of a sad-looking girl, I think. And so I put on this happy face, and I got strokes from it. I actually had people that liked it, so it suited me well. I went in a school play, and I loved it. I loved it. I would do anything on a dare. I was dared to do something crazy to our math teacher one time and go behind it with a paddle. I did it. I did anything I could do to gain attention and to make people laugh. Yes, I was a joker. Now, you could have other masks that developed in you besides joker when you have trauma in your life. You could be, if you're an extrovert like I was, naturally this is what was natural for me. But for you, you might be more quiet person or a serious person. And that could be devastating. There's many different ways that we tackle it without really tackling it. And what we're doing is just trying to kill the pain. That's what I was doing. I was trying to kill my pain. And we all do it in some way. We have to. It protects us as a child. So, perhaps if you haven't really healed that inner self and that inner trauma, think about what you did to cover it up. And it's good things. Don't belittle yourself or feel ashamed for doing that. It is great. That's what you had to do. Because we have to protect ourselves. That's how we protect ourselves. So think about what you did. And think about it as a mask. And a mask that got you recognition, got me accepted. I felt accepted by people. And I felt important. And I felt loved. And so I wore that mask well. And I have always been wearing that mask all my life. I was always the life of the party. As I got older, I always sort of did gigs and dressed up. I had a huge tickle trunk and loved to dress up. And so I did lots of things like that just got me recognition, I guess. In fact, I said to my husband, if I only have one chance or one line on my epitaph, I want you to write on my epitaph that I made people laugh. I brought a smile to someone. So it was deeply ingrained in me, and still is partly to this day. But now I recognize it as a mask, and it doesn't hurt so much anymore. And the more we peel away that onion and you peel away that mask, think about how it makes you feel. It should be like a freedom and the willingness to be who you really are and know that you're lovable and that you're just great. You don't need any fixing. You're supposed to be just the way you are. You're wonderful. So I hope this little thing works for you, a little realization of trauma, and that we do cover it up, and it's okay. It's okay. So maybe look at some of your outward personalities, your outward things that you do to draw attention. That would probably be one of your masks. And hopefully you can think about it quietly in yourself, maybe journal on it. Journaling is very good. And just come to your own realization of what it does for you. And try to peel a little bit of it away to become more real. Because the more real we are, the more genuine we are. And I really care for you out there. I know I can't see a face. So I just ask you these questions. What mask do you wear? And the trauma that being covered up by a mask is usually your deepest mask. It's your thickest mask. It's the one that's really hard to take off because it's protected you for a long time. Now for me, I wore this mask a long time, and I had to learn to forgive this person. I didn't have to, I guess, but I had a bit of an epiphany in myself, and I felt loved by a greater being, whether you call it Mother Earth or God, I don't know what it was, but what it is for you. But for me, it was just, I felt so much love in my heart. And it came from a program that my husband and I went to, a communication program. And in the program, it said that love is a decision, but the biggest one for me was forgiveness is a decision. A decision? Are you kidding? A decision? How can I decide to forgive this person? I couldn't understand how I'm supposed to. So I thought about it and thought about it. How have you forgiven someone? Have you really forgiven someone? Like, are you able to really, they say get over it. Well, I don't know, I can't get over it. They say forgive and forget. Well, I can't forget it. I think only forgetting comes with Alzheimer's, myself. But I can forgive. I guess I have the ability to forgive. And it doesn't come from my heart. It comes from my head. My head. So deciding comes to my head. It takes a thought process. Have you ever thought about that? Well, it does, I guess. That's what I took in this course, and it really helped me. So I'll tell you how I did it. I thought, okay, if I have to forgive this person, how do I do it? And maybe look at how you did it if you've come to a real forgiveness of a person that's hurt you deeply. For me, I had to take one step at a time. One little step at a time. And I think the first step, I thought, was the next time we visit, I will at least look at him in the eyes. I made a decision to do that much. That I did. And I got through it. And I didn't have to do anything else and put any other stipulation on it for myself. The next time we visited, I actually sat down and talked to him and let him talk. By this time, you have to realize I was about 11, 12 years old when it happened. And when I came to the realization that I actually wanted to make a decision to forgive him, I was in my 40s. That's a long time away. This man's older. He doesn't remember anything like that. And I have grown up a lot. I've matured, but I still am carrying this pain when I see him. So each time I saw him, I just did a little bit more. And there came to be a time that finally I could actually give him a hug, because our family hugs a lot. And I decided to give him a hug. And it was a pretty loose hug. I just tapped the back of his back. That's all I could do. But the last time I knew I forgave him was the next time we visited. And I decided that I'm going to bless him and pray for him, and I'm going to forgive him. So as I hugged him that last time, I'm not saying I didn't hug him after that, but the last time that it took to really peel this mask away, I put my arm around him, and I said to myself in my own head, I didn't say it to him, but I said it to myself, I forgive you, and I love you. I may not like you. I don't like you very much, but I do love you the way God loves you, and I forgive you. And the pains really did melt away. It took a bit of time. I say to people, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. And so you're faking it with your head. And that was a fake. And then slowly it drifts down to your heart. Each time you live, each day you take, each person that smiles and knows that you love them, and they feel you could feel their love coming to you from them. Each time someone loves me or cares for me, I feel better. I feel like a better person. I feel more whole. I can start stripping this away. And slowly it got stripped away. And slowly, I could take the mask off. I wear it for fun now. But I don't need to wear this mask anymore. I actually gave away my tickle trunk to the drama in the school, the drama class. So whatever your trauma is, have the courage to look at it secretly to yourself. You can journal. You can take some quiet time. Journaling is really, really good. It helps you get out some of those feelings that you have inside of unworthiness and brokenness. So I'm not a journaler, I'm a talker. And that's why I'm talking to you today. So thank you for seeing it through to the end. It took a lot of courage for me to tell you this, because you're the public out there and you're real people. And so I just had to think about you sitting in my home, and I'm sharing with you, so that hopefully this helps you a little bit to tackle your trauma. So I want to thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. This is Doreen Velin. I want to thank you for joining me, and I do ask you to continue with this 6-part series of healing your past hurts. We're going to build one on another, so stay tuned. Thank you.